Hello everyone, and welcome to another Historic video. So today we're going to be taking a look at Samwise Ritual deck in Historic format. So we're going to be trying out a couple of new cards here, and they are Sephiroth, the Fable Soldier, and the Starting Town, which has been fantastic in multiple decks I've tried so far. So Sephiroth in this deck is going to give you a little bit of a new angle, even without things like Samwise Gamgee or Yawgmoth around. If you have Voice of Victory plus Sephiroth and Birthing Ritual, for example, this is a way to transform the Sephiroth immediately, getting you an emblem. Otherwise, the Sephiroth is just going to act as a way to gain some cards. You can sacrifice tokens such as the Voice of Victory tokens, or even the Marionette tokens, and we also have Young Wolf as well that you can sacrifice to, and because of Undying, it just comes back. And you can also use this as a combo piece as well. With the Sephiroth and the Yawgmoth, you can keep looping the Young Wolves together to infinitely drain your opponent. Otherwise, if you also pair up the Samwise Gamgee with the Sephiroth, and you have a Cauldron Familiar, even if you don't have a way to combo off because you don't have a proper infinite sacrifice outlet, you can also just keep sacrificing Cauldron Familiar with the Sephiroth to draw some cards. So that is another thing that you can do now with the Sephiroth. And another addition to the deck that we haven't really tried before is this card called the Voice of Victory. I've already explained the Voice of Victory can combo with the Sephiroth, transforming the Sephiroth, but it also pairs up pretty well with Birthing Ritual. You can attack, make warrior tokens, and then you can sacrifice the warrior tokens to the Birthing Ritual, get back a 1-mana card, or it can be a really good tempo play. If opponent's holding up to removal spells, and then you see a Voice of Victory from Birthing Ritual, you can put it down on the battlefield, and then that'll waste a turn. But this is a really good way to protect your combo from happening if you expect opponent to have removal spells. So the turn you want a combo, let's say you have Cartel Aristocrat on the battlefield with some other creatures, and you want to combo here, and you have some mana, then you can play out the Voice of Victory, then the opponent's going to respond using a removal spell on the Cartel Aristocrat. You can sacrifice another creature to give it protection, and then Voice of Victory lands, and then you just play Samwise Gamgee and win the game with the Cauldron Familiar. So Voice of Victory is a really nice addition to this deck, but obviously what's keeping this deck together are the lands, and from Final Fantasy VII, we got this card called Starting Town, which is just basically a better mana confluence in the deck, which means you don't have to take damage every time it becomes tapped, which is really, really good. So we'll see how this one does. So having said that, I'm going to be hopping over to some Historic BO3 to show you guys how that does. So let's hop on there. Alright, let's try this out. Let us try this out. Oath of Nissa. Maybe I'll just play this one out first. Question is, like, do I play this out? I don't think so. Dollmaker. So opponent's missing a black source. Play this out. Okay, there's a black source. Maybe I should have played it out. Samwise Gamgee. So, is this a win? Like, they'd have to have a removal spell? It looks like they don't. Looks like they don't. Alright, so Soren deck, the ever so popular Soren deck. 3 Peddlers, 1 Rootless. Ooze. What would they bring? Pitting Needles? I think just 2 Fragment Reality is fine because, like, we can always, like, block, like, chump block their big stuff and then just... Oh, they could have that... The Flying Vampire. Right. Right. They could have that Flying Vampire. This is always, like, the hard part. I always don't know what to cut when it comes to this deck. Yeah, we'll have a 3. Yeah, let's just cut 1 of each of the combo piece. Alright. Excellent hand. What? What happened? Alright, play first. We do have a Gilded Goose into Rumble to find our second land. If there's like one thing I hate the most about Magic is when either of the players just mulligans and loses. It's just so bad. Another one. Okay, we got another player on Soren. Ooh. Okay, let's play this out. Play the cat. Alright, so what do we got? We got Bartolome, which can sacrifice a food token. Or this Cartel Aristocrat. Let's actually just go with the Bartolome. Boom. Assemble. Okay, Thoughtseize. They're gonna take away the Fragment Reality. We don't bring the cat back. There's a good chance we just win here. If we get Samwise Gamgee. Nice. G to the G. Okay. Yeah, Historic is just filled with Soren decks, so when you play a combo deck like this, sometimes you just kind of win. Same sideboarding as last time. Boom. Scavenger. Just give it a go. The same thing. What was the last cut? Was it Goose? Oh, his voice. Sure. Not the most amazing hand, I want to say. Okay, let's see what they get. Get rid of a Stone of Eric. We'll go Juggernaut. Okay, they have a pretty nice hand. Let's take away the dedicated Dollmaker. Okay, they went with the Assemble. Wouldn't you want to play the Oath of Nissa first? So that you have more looks at your options? Because this is a limited search, right? So you do a limited search, and then with that information, you have more information with the assemble team. So opponent fetched a land, but they could have also fetched a land with the assemble team. I don't know. So I can go. Gamgee into Gilded Goose? Attack? So immediate fatal push into the Emperor Bones. Okay, Haywire Might. Pretty good. Man, starting town is so good. Starting town is so good. Okay, opponent just hard casts it. Makes sense. Wow, they missed it so hard. Wow. Okay, that just happened. Ooh. Okay, that's kind of hot, actually. So what should I do? I could leave the food for future, or I can just pay it to Sephiroth. That means Bartolome isn't growing, but we could draw a 2-mana card that we could play, like Birthing Ritual, for example. Okay. That's pretty good. I think I'm just gonna pass here. And I think I'm going to get rid of the Belmerc here. All right. Into a Rumble. Another Witch Enchanter. The Juggernaut. Opponent takes 1 damage. Oh, I think they're dead. I think opponent's dead. I mean, not technically. If I don't get a cat, I mean, there's a good chance we might not get a cat, but I could... Huh, do I actually have a win here? Sacrifice, sacrifice, and then I sacrifice this. Whenever... Okay, definitely not. Do I want to play the Birthing Ritual? I think I do. Even though they have a Witch Enchanter. Let's see what I get. We might just win, you know? Alright, we won. Actually, we might just... We might have actually won. Even without it? Like, let's say they surgical. Then they take 1. I think they're 1 off, right? They're 1 off, right? No, they're 1 off. So, I sacrifice you. I take 1 damage. Because it says whenever another creature dies. Darn. Okay, clutch. Clutch opponent. That was very clutch. Wait, how come they didn't gain life? Am I crazy? Oh, because the finality counter! Oh my god, that's so funny. Wow, okay. So I attack all, I sacrifice the Samwise Gamgee to the Sephiroth, so they take 1 damage. But then they have to block this, so they take additional 1 damage. That might be my first mulligan. Or I keep it because we have Burst of Paradise. We'll see. The most greediest player alive. Because we can go like Paradise, And then next turn, we go Gilded Goose and Young Wolf. And then we play Sephiroth to sacrifice the Young Wolf, right? That's so sick. Okay. We got an Eldrazi player. So Gilded Goose into, I guess, another Gilded Goose? I can still go Young Wolf into Sephiroth. So opponent has 4 mana. Young Wolf. We're gonna go Sephiroth. Okay. Slightly annoying, but sure. Where's my land? What? Hello? That was like 3 looks? I deserve a land. Thank you. Oh, do you have another one? That would suck. Alright, opponent. Well done. The 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Opponent has 7 mana, but decided not to play a 7 mana card, so we can cross out opponent having a 7 mana card. Now they're gonna play a 7 mana card, but they have to sacrifice the tokens. But it's okay. It's just a 6/6, you know. And they're going to bounce the Birds of Paradise. Sure. I hope we get a land. Okay, we did not find a land. So opponent has 5 mana now. 6 mana. I think opponent shocked it in, thinking that they have 7 mana. That's actually kind of concerning, right? Malevolent Rumble. They got a Null Drifter and a Sowing Michael spawn. I guess if they go Karn, we can't really kill it either, because we only have... Wow, they actually went for a Null Drifter. Huh. Interesting. Phyrexian Tower. Wow, not gonna attack. Very interesting. I think we go for Yawgmoth. Yeah, there's that Ugin. Yeah, I think we go for Yawgmoth here. I mean, I think we just do this. I think putting counters here doesn't really make sense. Right, if they can't get rid of a Yawgmoth here, we win the game.
So you have my focus, breathe, and learn.
Right, GG's. Get rid of that. Okay. So we won some sort of like graveyard hate, but not really at the same time. Like, we do need like some graveyard hate for the Ugin's Binding, right? The Logbringer is pretty good for answering like big creatures or planeswalkers. I think the Fragment Reality stays. Maybe a copy of a Haywire Might. I'll have a copy of a Scavenging Ooze. Alright, so this matchup, you just want the combo as fast as possible. So I think we can like just go down on things like that. We'll cut a copy of a Sephiroth as well. And maybe even a Marionette. And we'll just work with this. Just get the combo out as fast as possible, kind of deal. Alright, that's a mulligan. And that is a keep. So with the double Young Wolf, I think you're supposed to just bottom the Court of Calling. Samwise. Mind Stone. Oh, wow. I guess because we got Samwise, we can just do this. And then Gilded Goose can generate additional mana next turn. No land. No lando. Okay, it seems like opponent has a bounce spell. I'll play the Yawgmoth. Hindsight, if we just got Young Wolf down, we could have drawn a bunch of cards here instead of a Samwise Gamgee. But actually, I mean, it wouldn't have worked because they saved the Ugin's Binding. But yeah. So opponent kept everything. We have a pretty slow hand, but we do have a Fragment Reality. We'll see how this one goes. Frog. Yeah, not the most ideal scenario, but what can you do? We'll just have to I think Tamio is a bit better than Psychic Frog, right? On the battlefield. I think Tamio is a little bit better than Psychic Frog, but still not the greatest thing to happen. Alright, so our hand is a bit awkward. Our hand is definitely a bit awkward. I do want to save the Samwise Gamgee if I can. Yeah, I think I'm just going to run a Bartolome out. Oh wow. They decided to use Opt. So they're gonna tap out here, potentially. That Demolition Field is bad news, by the way. That is really bad news. Might be our first loss. We don't want to see a Demolition Field on the other side. That's for sure. So they're gonna transform it. So they're leaving up another mana. Leaving up another mana here.
In the right hand, knowledge is the sharpest blade. Violence is not the answer.
Okay. Let's attack. It definitely seems like they have a Fatal Push.
You're so disruptive.
Definitely seems like they have a Fatal Push. Maybe not. Maybe it's just an Opt. Could be just an opt.
Respect the library.
Psychic Frog. Edict. Edict. So I play this. Then I have triple green. I'll sacrifice you. I'm not sure what they have. They had 1 mana something, but I'm not 100% sure. Treasure Cruise? Okay. Oh, opponent taps out. No way. Alright, opponent. GG's. That is crazy. I thought this was gonna be our first loss, but yeah. Come on, opponent. I know you can surrender here. I believe in you. This cartel aristocrat has protection from everything right now. Do they really want to, like, see this through, though? Like, I'm not the one roping. They're roping. Look. Alright, opponent definitely wanted to take 20 damage. And they got 20 damage. We did the deed. Like, this timer... 24, 25. Like, look. They have less time than me. I don't get it. Right, I'm gonna have a Fatal Push. Opponent's playing Treasure Cruise in this economy. Fatal Push, Fragment Reality. Maybe a Selfless Spirit? I don't know. Maybe a copy of a Haywire Might as well. I feel like that's good enough. Oh yeah, Juggernaut Peddlers. So, again, Rumble Gone, Cartel, copy of a Gilded Goose, Familiar, Samwise Gamgee. I think I'm gonna cut a copy of a Court of Calling. Boom. Wow. Okay, we're gonna greed. Wow. Triple birthing ritual. What do you think that is? Like, there's no 2-minute counterspell in this format. So we can get a Voice of Victory down. Make opponent waste a turn. Tempo-wise. So now they have to, you know, pass back the turn, and we're having fun here with the birthing ritual, and they have to pass a turn. Or catch... What? Wait, what? Hello, opponent? I guess we go Haywire Might. Aldred. Okay. Mm-hmm. We're kind of desperately looking for a land. I mean, I can Fatal Push it. So we get a Samwise Gamgee. All right. Our land business is kind of killing me here. There we go. Oh my god. Okay, I did not expect that, but yeah. Let's go Gilded Goose. I guess we go Selfless Spirit? We'll see. Yeah, we miss out on the land so much that the starting town came in tapped. That is so funny. Alright, Treasure Cruise for literally 4/6 mana. Okay. Did opponent cue the wrong format here? What happened? Right, I mean, it's been a minute since I played a Samwise Ritual deck, Samwise Gamgee deck, and there's a lot of new cards that we're trying out here, such as the Starting Town. Excellent card, by the way. If you play Mana Confluence here, a lot of the times you just kind of die, yeah? So I quite like the Starting Town a lot for that reason, because you can pay colorless with this card compared to Mana Confluence. So this has been really good. Another card that we're playing in Samwise Gamgee deck that we haven't done before is the Voice of Victory. So Voice of Victory tech, very powerful. we've seen a little bit of action with the Voice of Victory, with the Birthing Ritual. Because like if you Birthing Ritual into Voice of Victory and then opponent like leaves mana, for example, then opponent just lost a bunch of tempo. And not to mention, this card also protects our combo. Like for example, like just setting up a combo on your turn when you play the Voice of Victory, and then you can just combo off with like Samwise Gamgee and whatnot, and opponent's removal spell just becomes kind of useless. So that's another thing. And you also have another new card, Sephiroth, which gives us another angle to win the game if you somehow transform this card. Sephiroth plus a Voice of Victory plus a Birthing Ritual. That is actually enough to transform the Sephiroth, getting you an emblem, which is pretty cool. And even without the Cauldron Familiar, there's also Yawgmoth plus a Young Wolf plus Marionette. Like, for example, if Sephiroth plus Cauldron Familiars are gone, right, you can still win with these. That's why you have a copy of a Marionette there, just in case. Vice versa, if Marionette gets surgical or, you know, exiled, then you have these 3 cards to work with. And another card that we're actually playing here is a Cartel Aristocrat instead of 4 copies of Bartolome. A lot of times, Bartolome isn't that great. There's a lot of bombardment decks around, so you can just easily kill this. So being at 2 toughness, plus being able to sacrifice a creature to gain protection, it's just really good. So yeah, strong deck that can just kind of kill you outright instantly with the combo. So a lot of the like ramping going on with the Eldrazi's, or you know, Sorin decks that just kind of tries to kill you with Sorin plus Elenda. Even if Elenda does come down, it's fine because you have a lot of sacrifice outlets and you can just kind of chump block. It doesn't matter how much life they have, as long as you can just kind of chump block and get to your combo pieces, you can kind of win those matchups pretty easily. So yeah, that is going to be it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye-bye.